Hey guys, this is Sandy. I am a licensed realtor here in Central Florida with BEX Realty Group. I will have all my information down the bottom of the video, my email address, my phone number, my website. And also, if you have any questions, I'll give you my number as I go through this video. I want to do a video today on new construction. What is an inventory home? Like if I'm buying a new construction home and the builder or realtor is telling me we have inventory homes. What is that? Okay. So there's two ways you could have an inventory home. Sometimes a builder will just build a few homes, right? Just build them off of a spec or something, and they'll offer that as inventory home. So they might have, let's say they're building a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home, and they'll build a spec home. So they're going to always have a model home, right? Every builder has a model home. The model home is where all the bells or whistles are in. So all the upgrades you could think of is going to be in the model home. And also it will be furnished. And that's where the builder's office will be. Maybe in the garage of that model home. But it won't be set up as a garage. It will be set up as an office. So that's going to be the model home. Then the builder might just start building. And they might build a few homes trying to get those sold as soon as possible, right? And that's what we would call an inventory home. So an inventory home would be a home that's already built, ready to go. It's brand new. Nothing has been done to it. You know, nobody has ever lived there. But it's not to your specification. So it might not have the cabinets you want, or it might not have the countertops you want, or it might be tiled and you want carpet, or it might be hardwood and you want tiles. So that's what an inventory home is. Another way that you could have an inventory home is if somebody went to the builder, did a down payment, start to build the home, right? But for whatever the reason is, they can't close on the property. Like their financing may have fell through, maybe all of a sudden their job is relocating them, or for whatever the reason is, they can't close on the property. That would be an inventory home because the builder has to sell it because they already start building it. So a lot of times on inventory homes, you might not get exactly what you're looking for. And a lot of times as well, when the builders sometimes have, let's say, the last few lots available for sale, then they may just build on those lots, right? Because they may not be the most desirable lots too. They might build inventory homes on those lots, right? Like meaning they build the homes and they sell it as brand new, but you didn't get to choose. Because a lot of time when people buy new construction home, they want to be able to choose. They want to choose the cabinets they want to choose the flooring, the countertops, you know, the colors, that kind of thing. In inventory homes, you don't really get that choice because the home is already built. Based upon some of the choices, sometimes the builder will go and say, okay, we'll rip this out and put this in, but it depends upon the builder. And it depends upon the demand for that area. Now you could get a deal on inventory homes now because they're pre-built and you can't really change them. So a lot of times inventory homes are cheaper than if you're building from scratch because it's already on the lot. So there's no premium on the lot, lot is already there. And there may be a premium on the lot, but they already built it in the purchase price. So if you were to go and choose your lot, let's say you wanted a lot to overlook the water, if that's the case in that subdivision, then of course those lots are going to be more expensive. If the lot is on a cul-de-sac, it's going to be more expensive, right? So it depends upon the location of the lot, so you're going to have to pay extra for the lot. On the inventory home, it's already on a lot, so they may have already put the lot price in the purchase price. And let's say the homes in that area is selling for $500,000. You might be able to pick up an inventory home for $450,000, right? Maybe $475,000 because it's already built, ready to go. It also depends upon your urgency. Sometimes the builders will build a home based upon the urgency of the buyer. So let's say you went in a subdivision, you have to buy a house right now because your company just relocated you, or you're relocating from another state and you must get this home immediately. Let's say the build out time is 3 to 6 months, but you can't wait 3 to 6 months because you need to move now. Then an inventory home would be a great choice because it's already built, ready to go. And if the inventory home has most of the stuff that you want, like the amount of bedrooms and bathrooms and square footage that you want, then you could also make different changes to it as you go along, right? So if it's carpeted, you could eventually change the carpet to whatever hardwood floor, ceramic tiles, or whatever tiles you want on it. If it's the countertop, you could change the countertops out down the line if it makes sense. Meaning, if the price that you're paying for the property allows you to still be able to change the flooring, because I'll give you an example. Let's say the inventory home is $450,000, but the other homes, if you were to build from scratch, is going to start at $500,000. And I use the word start at $500,000 because most times when people, with the exception of Lennar and other builders that actually just build a package for you, most builders give you the choice to choose your upgrades, right? A lot of them do. And when you start upgrading, that start to build up. You start to upgrade. You're like, oh yeah, I want that countertop. Oh yeah, I want those those cabinets. And next thing you know, you have $50,000-$60,000 in upgrades. So now the $500,000 home starting price is now a $550,000 home price. Whereas the inventory home is for $450,000 and it's already built. And it may not have all the bells and whistles that's upgraded in it, but you know what? It's a nice, beautiful home. It have the bedroom, the baths, and the square footage that I want. So the other changes I could make as I go along. It's brand new, right? So that will give you the ability to actually buy a home already there. You don't have to wait that 3 to 6 months for the builder to build a brand new one. This is already built. And based upon your urgency, you could have the inventory home because it's already there, right? So inventory homes can be very beneficial. Sometimes when the builders are closing out a subdivision or closing out a phase, because you know how builders build in different phases. So they have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Maybe they're at the end of phase 1. They're about to build phase 2. They have a few inventory homes left in phase 1, which means these homes are already built. And let's say phase 2, they're going to start phase 2 off at a price of $550,000. Let's just pretend. But they're closing out phase 1. And the inventory home is in phase 1s are in the I4. So that maybe they're 450, 460, something like that. They're closing them out, right? So if you jump on an inventory home, you'll be able to get a good deal. A lot of times the builders want to get rid of the inventory home. So that's where you have your negotiation, right? You could definitely negotiate really well with an inventory home, especially when it comes to your financing, if you're using the builder's preferred lender, because they want to get rid of the inventory home. They don't want the home to sit there. The builders run into the market of building homes and having them sit. As soon as the home is built, they want it gone. So when they have inventory homes, that becomes a problem for them, and especially if you're going there at the end of their quarter. So every builder have a quarter, and each quarter they want to get rid of so many homes in that quarter. So if you're at the end of the quarter and they have inventory homes, they are very, very motivated to work with you to get that home sold. And now I'm not saying for you to be ridiculous, right? Because some people get really ridiculous. The builder might say 400 and they're like, well, about 350. Ain't gonna happen. But they may be more able to negotiate with you, and they may change some things out for you if it's not too big of a deal. Or they might throw some things in. Maybe it didn't have some of the appliances, and they're like, okay, we'll throw in the garage door opener, we'll throw in the washer and dryer, which we don't normally do, just to get it sold. Especially if you're a qualified, motivated buyer. All right, if you need to reach me and have any questions on this video, my number is 407-791-4713. That information will be down in the comment section as well. All right, thank you so much for listening to me. I completely appreciate your time. I know you could be watching so many other videos, so I appreciate your time. And if I could be of any help to you, call or text 407-791-4713.